Chapter 46. This is a bit tricky. I have to say hello to Isaac in advance and be fully prepared in advance. In any case, I can't reveal my identity. During the meal, Elsa said to the two of them, "This time I came to Orris Hill. I also had an appointment with our former classmates." Everyone said that they would take this opportunity to have a classmate gathering. "What do you two think?" Charlie said immediately, "If you have a classmate gathering, I won't participate." "Why?" Elsa said, "Although we are not four-year college classmates, we still had a classmate relationship for 1 year. When Charlie was taken in by the old master of the Wilson family, he sent him to Orris Hill University in order to let him know Claire in advance, and he went to the same class as Claire for a year of senior year. After graduating from senior year, the two got married immediately. However, Charlie had only been classmates with those people for a year, and most of them had always looked down on him, and they had no friends, so he was not interested at all to hear about class reunions. Claire didn't want to attend the class reunion either, so she said, "I will not go with Charlie. After graduation, I have no contact with most of my classmates." Elsa hurriedly said, "The main reason for the class reunion this time is that Stephen in the class opened a restaurant, which will open tomorrow. He openly asked everyone to chill at his restaurant and have a meal together." After that, Elsa said again, "You think it's a good business for someone else to go there, isn't it inappropriate?" As soon as the voice fell, the phones of all three of them beeped due to WeChat notification. Immediately afterward, a lot of WeChat notifications popped up. Everyone took out their mobile phones and looked at it. It turned out that Stephen pulled a group of classmates, and this group soon reached more than 30 people. Stephen said in the group, "Dear old classmates, the small hotel I invested in will officially open at noon tomorrow. The hotel is in Orris Hill. Please come and enjoy the experience with Orris Hill classmates. It will be a class gathering. It just so happens that Elsa, one of the two golden flowers in our class, will also come to work in Orris Hill. She will also attend the party this time. It is said that Elsa is still single and the bachelors in the group can hurry up." Immediately afterward, a large group of people responded. "Wow! Congratulations! Oh, Elsa has come to Orris Hill? Why haven't we heard of it? She will be there by then. Where is Claire, another golden flower in our class? Is she coming? I heard that Claire was with Charlie, who came to our class later. I heard that Charlie still lives with the Wilson family. I also heard about it. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't seen them both since I graduated. I heard that they're just a couple's cut scene. They are nominal but not real. I don't know if it is true or not." Claire saw these contents and said to Charlie, "Don't take it to your heart." Charlie smiled slightly. "It's okay, what they said is also the actual situation. I have long been used to it." Elsa hurriedly said in the group, "Don't gossip about others. I am now having dinner with the couple. They are lovely." "Oh, it's Elsa." A lot of licking dogs quickly gathered around. At this time, there was someone in the group Charlie, the group leader Stephen. "Charlie, although you came to our class for a short time, the relationship between our two brothers was pretty good when we were in school. Tomorrow you and your wife must be there." Charlie's impression of Stephen was pretty good. This person was really nice. He was very kind to everyone, and he never ridiculed others. He was one of the few classmates he had a good relationship with. Seeing that he had said so, Charlie immediately replied, "Okay, I will definitely come to join you tomorrow." Stephen said immediately, "That's great. We must get together tomorrow." Chapter 47. Seeing that Charlie had agreed to the classmate gathering, Claire reminded Charlie, "We have to prepare some gifts for the opening of Stephen Hotel. We cannot go empty-handed." Charlie nodded and said, "I'll buy a gift for him tomorrow morning." "Okay." Claire said, "It just so happens that I have to go to the M-Grand group tomorrow morning." Elsa asked in surprise, "Are you coming to M-Grand tomorrow morning? Then come to me when you are finished with your business. It just so happens that I will drive your car to Stephen's restaurant at noon." Claire smiled and said, "Then your wishful thinking is wrong. I don't have a car. I usually take a taxi or take a bus. Sometimes Charlie rides an electric bike to pick me up. Who? Elsa blurted out, you are a director, you haven't bought a car yet. Claire said, I haven't worked for a long time, and I haven't made any money. I usually spend money with Charlie and I have to pay for my mother's living expenses. If I get it in 1 month, I can spare thousands. Not enough to buy a car. After that, Claire said again, also, to be honest, I think buses are very convenient. If the weather is good, Charlie's electric bike is also good. Elsa said seriously, sometimes you have to pay attention to ostentation. After all, you are now the director of the Wilson Group, and you are the partner that directly cooperates with Emgrand. If you don't even have a car, you will be talked about. Charlie also felt that Elsa was right. My wife has always been too frugal, and most of the money she earned has been handed over to his mother-in-law, so she has always treated herself badly. The mother-in-law is just a brave who just can't eat. She saved more than 1 million to invest in unreliable financial management, not to mention 2 or 3 million to buy a car for her daughter to drive. Thinking of this, he felt that he will have to buy a car for his wife. In this way, it would be convenient for her to go out and do errands in the future, and it would be better for her to talk about business with others. After making up his mind, he decided to go to the Ford store early tomorrow morning to have a look. After dinner, the couple and Elsa left and took a taxi home together. On the radio in the taxi, there are discussions about the Shangri-La Hanging Garden being chartered. The hosts were all amazed that this was the first time in history that Shangri-La had made an exception to reserve the Sky Garden. He was also very curious about who could have such a great reputation. The taxi driver also said, I want to see, this person who packs the Sky Garden must be the god-level rich man on the YouTube short video. Charlie didn't talk, but he was a little surprised in his heart. It seems that after the news that the hanging garden on the top floor of the Shangri-La Hotel was reserved, it really caused a sensation throughout Orris Hill. This night, this matter continued to ferment throughout Orris Hill. Soon the city is full of storms and no one knows it. Everyone knows that the Shangri-La Hotel adopts a membership service, and only senior members have the opportunity to use the Sky Garden. As for the reservation, you don't have to think about it at all. Diamond members are not even eligible. So, who on earth contracted the Sky Garden has suddenly become a major issue for everyone's curiosity. There are rumors that the person who undertook the Sky Garden is the god-level wealthy who has become popular all over the country on YouTube. Some people say that the person who has contracted the Sky Garden is an overseas rich man. Some people even say that the person who has reserved the Sky Garden was a mysterious man. The reason why he did that was to hold a grand and romantic wedding. Sure enough, the third rumor is more convincing. For a time, there was another wave of rumors in the market. Chapter 48. After countless women heard it, they were even more envious and jealous. Everyone speculated about which woman was so happy that allowed people to smash millions in one night, wrap up the entire Sky Garden, and show her love. Many people are looking forward to that day soon, so let's find out. In order to avoid revealing his identity, Charlie specially ordered Isaac to make a special transformation of the entire hanging garden. At the same time, he also looked forward to the arrival of the wedding anniversary in his heart. He wants to give Claire a grand wedding on the day of their anniversary. Early the next morning, Charlie went out early and went to the Falls shop. He has a 10 billion bank card in his hand, which he has not used much yet. This time, he was going to buy Claire a luxury car that could be on the table. He himself wanted to buy her a Rolls-Royce in one step. But after thinking about it carefully, he was afraid that such an expensive car would not be easy to explain to her. Moreover, Claire's personality has always been low-key. Even if she had such an expensive car, she would not be willing to drive it out. So he decided to buy a business car for his wife about 500,000 worth, which is worthy of face, not too public, and more practical. She won't be so distressed if it is scratched or bumped. Thinking of this, he planned to buy an Audi A6 for his wife. Nowadays, all business people drive A6. The car has a lot of reputation. Moreover, A6 is an extended business car, which is very suitable for his wife to drive. When he came to the Audi 4's shop, he parked his little e-bike at the door and walked in. Several shopping guides inside saw a customer coming, and two people were immediately ready to greet him. A woman behind said hurriedly, "Oh, this man came on an electric bike. It seems that he is here to use the air conditioner or the Wi-Fi. Just leave him alone." When they heard that they came on an electric bike, the others lost interest in an instant. Recently, the weather is hot, and there are always poor ghosts who rush over to rub the air conditioner early. Sometimes they shamelessly sit in the exhibition car and don't get down. In the end, they can only send security guards to rush them out. The sales are very annoying. Charlie rides an electric bike and wears a suit to sell goods. It is really not conspicuous here. He doesn't look like a person who can afford Audi. No one took care of himself, and Charlie didn't care. He went directly to the exhibition area of the A6 sedan and found that the price of this car ranges from $300,000 to more than $600,000. The model of more than $600,000 is the A6 top model and the extended executive version. To be honest, this car looks really good. The price of more than $600,000 is not too expensive. Claire should be able to accept it. So he opened his mouth and said, "Is there a new car for this top A6? I want to buy it now." The shopping guides all looked at him like a fool, and one of them said contemptuously, "Have you seen the price? Is there a small number of zeros?" Charlie frowned and looked at him. $618,000, I saw it." The man sneered and said, "You saw it, are you still dreaming? Can you afford it? A bill will come out for you to swipe your card after a while, so many people are watching, you can't take it out, what a shame." Charlie asked coldly, "Are you sick? Coming out in the morning without taking medicine? Do you want me to call 120 for an ambulance to take you away?" The man hummed and said, "Cut, don't be here to seduce me. Believe it or not, I will let the security guard drive you out. A poor guy who has come here to use air conditioning and Wi-Fi still pretends to be something?" Chapter 49. Charlie didn't get angry and laughed, and asked him, "If you sell this car, how much can you get?" The other party said contemptuously, "I can raise 10,000. Charlie nodded, "Very well, you lost 10,000. After speaking, Charlie turned and went out. He met the manager of this store coming in, and the name of the sales manager, Weib, was written on the other's badge. So Charlie asked him, "Are you the person in charge here?" "Yes." Weib nodded. "What are your needs?" Charlie pointed to the sales just now and said to him, "You'd better turn that sale off. As long as he is here, it will only delay the business of your 4 store." When the man heard this, he rushed over and said, "Manager Weib, don't listen to his nonsense, this man is sick. He just came to use the air conditioning wire." Charlie smiled and said, "If I am Rag, just wait and see." After speaking, he immediately went out and went directly to the BMW showroom next door. As soon as he arrived at the BMW store, Charlie saw one of the most luxurious BMW 760. This is the top accessory of the BMW 7 Series. It is the most expensive model of BMW. The BMW 760 has a 12-cylinder engine, which is extremely powerful, and the interior is a luxurious mess. He is also a little angry. Don't these Audi idiots look down on him? Okay, then I will buy a top-fitting BMW for you to see. Anyway, the Lord has money. So he directly greeted a BMW salesperson and asked, "This 760, can I just take it away?" The other girl was stunned. "Brother, this car has just arrived in the showroom today. Are you sure you want to buy it?" "Yes." Charlie nodded. "I'm sure. Take me to swipe the card." "Ah? This car is 2.6 million. The other party was utterly dumbfounded. She's been selling cars for a long time and has never seen a customer who comes in and asks for a card swipe without saying anything. Isn't this elder brother here to amuse himself? Charlie smiled and said, "I know, I see the price, you just say you sell it or not." "Sell, of course," the little girl said happily, "then please." Immediately afterward, under the leadership of the other party, Charlie swiped his card, paid, and picked up the car in one go. When the 2.6 million BMW 760 came out, the people in the Audi store looked stupid. Charlie drove the BMW 760 directly to the entrance of the Audi store, then opened the trunk and put his electric bike in, and then he drove away in a big way. The shopping guide who looked down on Charlie was stunned. The manager wibe next to him said with a cold face, "Go to the HR and collect your dues, you are fired." Manager. Roll. The employees in other Audi stores were also scared silly. D*MN, no one would have thought that the person riding an electric bike was so arrogant, with a car of more than 2.6 million, and he would buy it. The shopping guide who despised Charlie was even more regretful. Not only did he miss a major customer, miss tens of thousands of commissions, but also lost his job. If he had known this way, he would not look down upon others. Here, when Charlie drove the BMW 760 out, he felt a little impulsive just now. He didn't feel sorry for the money, but the car was too expensive. How could he explain it to Claire? 2,600,000, it can't fall from the sky? Chapter 50. After thinking about it, a great idea suddenly popped into his mind. Later, he drove to the roadside car repair shop and spent $20 to ask the boss to replace the BMW 760 logo with a BMW 520. The BMW 5 Series looks very similar to the 7 Series. The difference is mainly internal. It is difficult for most people to distinguish from the outside, mainly by the tail label. The 520 is the lowest in the 5 Series, with average power and control, and average in all aspects. The 760 is the highest in the 7 Series, with extremely strong power, extremely strong control, and strong in all aspects. Charlie drove the 760 with the 520 sign and thought to himself that Claire didn't know much about cars and didn't study the car. He told her that it was a BMW 520 and she probably couldn't recognize it. The owner of the car repair shop slapped his lips and said to his heart, this guy looked very honest, but he didn't expect to have such a heart, and deliberately changed the top matching 760 to 520. He must be thinking about pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger. After buying the car, Charlie thought that Stephen White's restaurant was opening at noon today, and he had to prepare a gift for him. Thinking that Stephen was the only classmate who treated him well during college, he drove directly to a large consignment shop of art and literature and bought an early painting by Qing dynasty painter Huangshan for 200,000. Huangshan is not too famous, so most people can't recognize his paintings. The reason for buying such an ancient painting is that, on the one hand, he felt that he should give Stephen a weighty gift, but on the other hand, he did not want to let others know how much the painting was worth. He thought, if someone asked about it, he would just be fooled by saying that it was a few thousand. It was almost noon after buying the painting. Charlie called his wife Claire and told her he'll pick her up from the Emgrand group along with Elsa. As you can see, Claire discovered that Charlie actually drove a BMW 5 Series. She looked at Charlie dumbfounded and asked in surprise, "Where did this car come from?" Charlie smiled and said, "I bought it for you." "You bought it?" Claire was even more surprised. "Where did you get the money?" "Private money." Charlie said, "Look, I have been in the Wilson family for so long, and I didn't spend a penny when I got married. These years, I have eaten at the Wilson family, lived in the Wilson family, and used the Wilson family's resources. What's weird about saving some private money?" Claire said, "But you save money and keep it for yourself. Why do you buy such an expensive car? It costs 400,000? Charlie smiled and said, "You are my wife. If I don't use my personal money for you, whom should I use it for? Besides, you are now the director with no car. Everyone will laugh at you." At this time, Elsa also said, "Claire, you really need a business car. This car is quite suitable for you. Charlie has you in his heart, you should be happy." Claire nodded and said, very moved, "Charlie, thank you." Charlie shook his hand gently and said with a smile, "Why are you so polite with your husband?" After speaking, he greeted the two and said, "Let's go directly to Stephen's hotel." Claire hurriedly asked, "Did you buy him a gift?" I bought it. Charlie said, I bought him a painting. Painting? Claire asked curiously, what kind of painting? Charlie said, it's the kind of ancient painting sold on Antique Street. I think the painting is a pomegranate, which means more money, more wealth, and more fortune. It's pretty good, so I bought it. Claire asked, how much did you buy it for? Some thousands. Claire nodded and said with a smile, then you might have been cheated. You can't buy any real ancient paintings for a few thousand. Charlie said with a smile, it doesn't matter, it's mainly a kind of heart, courtesy is less affectionate. Claire nodded in agreement and said, you are right. The main thing is love. Let's go straight to the hotel now.